The love of the fish and the frog. In a distant lake, there lived a fish and a frog. They were good friends who grew up together, and often played, chatted, and shared their thoughts with each other. The fish liked the frog's intelligence and humor, and the frog liked the fish's gentleness and beauty. They secretly admired each other, but did not dare to say it, for fear of ruining their friendship. One day, a group of tourists came to the lake, and they picnicked, played, and took pictures by the lake. The fish and the frog were very curious, and wanted to see these strange creatures. The fish followed the tourists' boats, and the frog hid under the lotus leaves and secretly observed. They found that among the tourists, there was a couple, who smiled at each other, held hands, and were very sweet. The fish and the frog felt very envious, and thought, if I could also be like that with the person I like, how nice it would be. At that moment, the boy in the couple took out a box, and opened it, and inside was a shiny ring. He knelt on the ground, and said to the girl, I love you, will you marry me? The girl was moved to tears, nodded, and said, I will. The boy put the ring on the girl's finger, and then they hugged each other tightly. The fish and the frog were stunned. They did not know what this meant, but they felt a strong emotion that made their hearts beat faster, and their faces blush. The fish and the frog decided that tonight, they would confess to the person they liked. They thought about it, and felt that the ring was a gift that expressed love, so they both wanted to find something similar. The fish found a smooth shell at the bottom of the lake, and thought it was very beautiful, and hid it in its mouth. The frog found a bright flower in the grass, and thought it was very sweet, and clipped it behind its ear. It got dark, and the fish and the frog agreed to meet by the lake. They were both very nervous, and did not know if the other would accept their confession. They met, and greeted each other, but did not dare to speak first. They just quietly looked at each other, and had 1,000 words in their hearts, but could not say them. Finally, the fish gathered courage, and said to the frog, Frog, I have something to tell you. I like you, for a long time. Will you be my partner? After saying that, the fish spit out the shell, and gave it to the frog, and said, This is my gift to you, I hope you like it. The frog heard it, and was surprised to open its mouth. It did not expect that the fish also liked it. It felt very happy, and very touched. It took the shell, and said to the fish, Fish, I also have something to tell you. I also like you, for a long time. Will you be my partner? After saying that, the frog picked the flower, and gave it to the fish, and said, This is my gift to you, I hope you like it. The fish and the frog were both very happy. They felt that they were the luckiest creatures in the world. They thanked each other, praised each other, and hugged each other. They decided that from then on, they would always be together, and never separate. They wore the shell and the flower on their bodies, as a symbol of their love. They lived happily in the lake, and became the blessing and envy of all the animals. This is the love story of the fish and the frog. It tells us that love has no boundaries. As long as you have courage and sincerity, you can find your other half.